Good morning, everyone. Uh, Mandibular nerve blocks. There are various mandibular nerve blocks. First one is inferior alveolar nerve block, buccal nerve block, mental nerve block, incisive nerve block, and two other techniques are there: Goget's technique and veterinary equinocy closed mouth technique. First, I'll talk about the inferior alveolar nerve block. It is also called as the mandibular nerve block. This technique is most frequently used technique, but with high percentage of clinical failure. It requires supplemental buccal nerve block when soft tissue anesthesia in buccal posterior region is required. The nerve anesthetized are inferior alveolar nerve, incisive nerve, mental nerve, and the lingual nerve. And the area anesthetized are mandibular teeth to the midline, body of mandible, buccal mucoperiosteum, mucous membrane, anterior to mandibular first molar, then anterior two-thirds of the tongue and floor of the oral cavity, and lingual soft tissue and the periosteum. Another technique, the area of insertion. Mucous membrane on the medial side of the mandibular ramus at the intersection of the two lines, one horizontal representing the height of injection and one vertical representing the anterior posterior plane of injection. The target area is inferior alveolar nerve as it passes downward the mandibular foramen but before it enters into the foramen. Now the landmarks. Landmarks are mucobuccal fold, anterior border of ramus, anterior external oblique ridge, retromolar triangle, internal oblique ridge, pterygomandibular ligament, buccal sucking pad, and the pterygomandibular space. This is the diagram how we will approach for the inferior alveolar nerve block. The advantages of inferior alveolar nerve block is: one, injection provides a wide area of anesthesia, and disadvantages are wide area of anesthesia. The second one is rate of inadequate anesthesia, and third one is lingual and lower lip anesthesia, and the fourth one is partial anesthesia. What are the precautions we should take? Do not deposit the LA solution if bone is not contacted. The needle tip may be within the parotid gland near the facial nerve, and a transient paralysis of the facial nerve may result if solution is deposited. Avoid pain by not contacting bone too forcefully or by depositing small increments as the needle is advanced. The failure of anesthesia. If the deposition of anesthesia is too low, then if the deposition of anesthesia is too far anteriorly on the ramus. The third one is accessory innervation of the mandibular teeth. Complications are hematoma, trismus, and transient facial paralysis. Now comes the buccal nerve block. Buccal nerve is the anterior branch of the mandibular nerve. It provides buccal soft tissue anesthesia and adjacent to mandibular molars. It is also called as buccinator nerve block. It is not required for most restorative procedures. The nerve anesthetized is the buccal nerve, and the area anesthetized are soft tissue and the periosteum buccal to the mandibular, molar, 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 Indication when buccal soft tissue anesthesia is necessary, and contraindication is infection or acute inflammation. For in the technique, the area of insertion is mucous membrane distal and buccal to the most distal molar in the arch. The target area is buccal nerve as it passes over the anterior border of the ramus, and the landmarks are mucobuccal fold and the mandibular molar. This is how you'll approach for the buccal nerve block. We'll go distal to the molar. Then what are the advantages of buccal nerve block? It has high success rate. It is technically easy. The disadvantages is potential for pain if the needle contacts the periosteum during injection. Complication is hematoma. Now the mental nerve block. It is the terminal branch of inferior alveolar nerve as it exits the mental foramen. Provides sensory innervation to buccal soft tissue anterior to mental foramen, lip and the chin. The nerve anesthetized is the mental nerve. It is the branch of the inferior alveolar nerve. The area anesthetized are buccal mucous membrane anterior to the mental foramen to the midline and the skin of the lower lip. The indication for mental nerve block is when buccal soft tissue anesthesia is necessary for the procedures like soft tissue biopsies and suturing of soft tissues. Then the contraindication is infection or acute inflammation. Technique. First, a 25 or 25 gauge needle is recommended. Then the area of insertion. Mucobuccal fold at or just anterior to the mental foramen. Target area is mental nerve as it exits the mental foramen between the apices of the first and the second premolar. The landmarks for mental nerve block is mandibular premolar and the mucobuccal fold. This is how we will approach for the mental nerve block. Then the incisive nerve block. It is also a terminal branch of inferior alveolar nerve block. It originates in mental foramen and proceeds anteriorly. The premolar, canine, lateral and central incisor including their buccal soft tissues and bones are anesthetized. Lingual soft tissues not anesthetized by this block. Local infiltration is also required. The nerve anesthetized for the incisive nerve blocks are incisive nerve, mental and the incisive nerve. And the area anesthetized are the buccal mucous membrane anterior to the mental foramen, around second premolar to the midline, lower lip and the skin of lower chin, then pulpal nerve fibers to the premolar, canine and incisor. Then the indication. Dental procedures requiring pulpal anesthesia on mandibular teeth anterior to the mandibular foramen, and when inferior alveolar block is not indicated. Contraindication is same as earlier, infection or acute inflammation. Then the technique, the area of insertion. Mucobuccal fold at or just enter to the mental foramen. The target area should be mental nerve. So in the mental nerve exists an inside of which the incisive nerve is located. Landmarks are mandibular premolar and mucobuccal fold. This is how we will approach for the incisive nerve block. The advantages: it has high success rate. It provides pulpal and hard tissue anesthesia without lingual anesthesia. The disadvantages are it does not provide lingual anesthesia. Partial anesthesia may develop at the midline. Complication: paresthesia of lip or chin and hammer. Now the Goget's technique. It is a true mandibular nerve block, provides sensory anesthesia to virtually entire distribution of trigeminal nerve. It described by George Edward Gogetz in 1973. Other common names are third division nerve block and V3 nerve block. The nerve anesthetized are inferior alveolar nerve block, mental nerve, incisive nerve, lingual nerve, myloid nerve, and auriculotemporal nerve. The area anesthetized are mandibular teeth to the midline, buccal mucoperiosteum and mucous membrane on the side of infection, anterior 2/3 of the tongue and the floor of the oral cavity, lingual soft tissue and periosteum, body of the mandible, inferior portion of the ramus, skin over the zygoma, posterior portion of the cheek and temporal lesions. Indications: it provides for multiple procedures on mandibular teeth. When buccal soft tissue anesthesia from the third molar to the midline, when lingual soft tissue anesthesia is necessary, and when a conventional INB is unsuccessful. Then contraindication: infection or acute inflammation, lip bite or tongue bite, and patients who are unable to open their mouth. A 25 gauge long needle is recommended. The area of insertion is mucous membrane on the medial side of the mandibular ramus. Medial of the mandibular ramus on a line from the intertracheal notch to the corner of the mouth, just distal to maxillary second molar. Target area: lateral side of the condylar neck, just below the insertion of the lateral pterygoid muscle. Then the landmarks. First, extraoral landmarks: lower border of the tragus, center of the external auditory meatus, and the corner of the mouth. And the intraoral landmarks are height of injection established by the placement of the needle tip just below the mesiolingual cusp of the maxillary second molar. This is how we will approach for the Goget's technique, and this is the target area. Advantages: it requires only one injection. It has high success rate, it has minimum aspiration rate, it has few complications, it provides successful anesthesia where a bifid inferior alveolar canal and bifid mandibular canal are present. Disadvantages is sometimes longer time of onset. The signs and symptoms. Uh, in subjective symptom, we can see tingling and numbness of tongue and the lower lip, and objective symptoms shows no pain. Then complication is hematoma, trismus, and temporal paralysis of the cranial nerve 3, 4, and 6. This leads to diplopia, blepharoptosis, and complete paralysis of the eye on the same side of the injection. Now the last nerve block is the Vazirani-Akinosi closed mouth mandibular block, described by Dr. Joseph Akinosi in 1977. It is a closed mouth approach to mandibular anesthesia desired in situation where limited mandibular opening is present. Situation include the presence of spasm of muscle of mastication. Similar technique described earlier by Vazirani in 1960, thus the name Vazirani-Akinosi. Other names are Akinosi technique, tuberosity technique, and closed mouth mandibular nerve block. The nerve anesthetized are inferior alveolar nerve, incisive nerve, mental nerve, lingual nerve, and the mylohyoid nerve. And area anesthetized are mandibular teeth to the midline, body of the mandible and the inferior portion of the ramus, buccal mucoperiosteum and mucous membrane in front of the mental foramen, anterior two-thirds of the trunk and floor of the mouth, lingual soft tissue and periosteum. The indications for this nerve block are when there is limited mandibular opening, mouth opening, multiple procedures on mandibular teeth, inability to visualize lingual landmark of IN. Then the contraindications: infection or acute inflammation, inability to visualize or gain access to the lingual aspect of the ramus, patient who might bite their lip or tongue. The technique: a 25 gauge needle is recommended. Area of insertion is soft tissue overlying the medial border of the mandibular ramus. The target area is the soft tissue on the medial border of the ramus in the region of inferior alveolar lingual mylohyoid nerve. The landmarks are mucogingival junction of the maxillary third molar, maxillary tuberosity, and the cornoid notch. This is the procedure. The advantages are it is relatively automatic. Patient need not need to open their mouth. Lower aspiration rate, provides good anesthesia where bifid inferior alveolar nerve and bifid mandibular canals are present. Fewer postoperative complications. Disadvantages: difficulty visualize the insertion path, no bony contact, and the potentially traumatic if needle too close to periosteum. And the signs and symptoms. Subjective signs. There is tingling and numbness of the lower lip and the tongue. And the objective symptom is no pain during dental treatment. Complication is hematoma, trismus, and transient facial nerve paralysis. These are my references. Thank you.